All right, guys, the bell is opening right now. ANVS is the only thing we have on watch. We'll see what's going on here. Yes, I missed that little breakout spot. We'll see if it comes down into 9. I should have bought there. The bid didn't, or the bid came down to 9, but the ask didn't really. I'm gonna buy there. I'm trying to sell. Okay, there we go. So I bought the dip there off the VWAP. I bought 1,000 shares at 92. Sold them at 904 probably. So I think that this one's probably gonna fail. I mean, it's popping up there. It's a popper. It's a popper. I'm not feeling really confident on this because it's not only is it popping up and down, above and below the whole dollar, it's popping above and below the VWAP. So that's 2 support and resistance points that it's not really respecting. So typically when they don't respect either of them, this might be a flush, but we could watch this come up here. Order could be at 950 for a breakout. I don't know. I just felt like that broke too quick. It's definitely a chase to buy it this high. It really needs to break over 950. Like if you buy here, like how much is it gonna fall on you? So it's got a double top here forming at 960. 930s. There's a lot of places I could have bought here. It's just I don't know how comfortable I feel. So over 64 is the high. But, it didn't break 60 convincingly. 65 sellers piled up there. I need to wait for a pullback on this one. You can't, I don't feel comfortable chasing the high of day break here. I'm gonna buy there I'm in at 19. I'm gonna stop out there. So that was another $100 there. In at 19, out at, I'm gonna buy there again. So I'm in at 905. Just sold again. I didn't want to buy that break below the VWAP. I wanted to break the support of VWAP. So 3 green trades there. That was good. I had a 12-cent winner here. 93 up to 905. And then I had this, I could have bought that there, but again, I don't know. So I'm glad I'm sold there, because it wasn't going to hold the VWAP. So that was really smart trading. So I had a 12-cent winner here, 10-cent winner here, and then a 3-cent winner here, which this was really just me stopping out after it didn't really, I couldn't get filled in the ask up in the teens. Sold at 908, 3 cents, stopped out, made $30. But, this is choppy. This is a choppy setup, You can look at this and be like, well, why didn't you buy here? Why didn't you buy here? You have to be really cautious in this market, we're coming out of a market where it was just stocks were going parabolic. You can buy wherever you want and you're going to make money. So when you're coming out of that, things get really tricky because, you know, stuff looks really promising, and then you try to trade the same way, and then you get a flush like this where, you know, it flushed, you know, over $1 in 3 candles, and then you're screwed, you know. So you got to keep, you know, you got to lock up your profit, and you got to stop out early. AOV. I don't really like this chart on NAOV, but above the VWAP it would make sense, which is at 324. So up above 324 could be a starter. So I'm gonna buy there, up above 324. So made $10 there. I'm glad that I kind of got out. I bought really high there. You know, I got really lucky. I would have given back all of my profit for the day. But I needed to really just break over this VWAP and hold that support. So this is kind of getting hung up here, but I think that it's gonna push through. It's just that I really want to see this, you know, give a convincing breakout and hold. Yeah, that would have been a great trade there. I just don't like this candle. You know, this is probably going to close up as a doji candle. If anything, a red doji. But over 50, I could look for something. And with 250 shares at 47. I'm gonna stop there. I can always get back in. Yeah, that was a good stop. Good. It was a good share size too. 250. Just have a starter. Added at 47. Would have added back another 250 for the break of the $0.50. Would have been a good trade. But I was thinking about just taking $1,000 or 1,000 shares out the gate, but you know, but look at that. Look at that drop though. That would have given up back all my profit for the day. So we'll see what this does. This thing's really getting hung up. There's just a lot of selling going on this thing. So let's see if this breaks 50. Might be a triple top here. Be nice to get a little pullback. See if this can push, make a pullback, and then push through. Wow, those just got really sold into. There was a ton of buyers there stacked up at 45 and just got flushed into. I'm gonna buy there on CRVS. So I'm in at 67. My stop will be break even. Breakout point is up above 95. Up over 95, I can add back. And sold there, 604. Great trade. Great trade. Look at this textbook dip trade. Bought at 67, added back at 6. Sold at 605, $215 winner. It's not holding 6 though. I'm gonna buy down there. I'm in at 575. Stop will be break even. See if we can get a push up to the 90s. Okay, so I sold there at probably like 80. 4-cent winner, but it wasn't. I was trying to get a push up to the 90s. Take a starter there at 815. Stop will be 810. Stop there at 808. So get back a little bit of bread, but so I kept my stop. My stop was really tight, so I bought at 815, sold at 808, 7-cent loss with 500 shares. That's like I don't know, like $40 or something. But that could have gone up to 840, 850. So had to measure the risk. CRVS coming down. Oops. And AOE coming way down. Low is 790. So look for a dip down to 8. I'm gonna buy right there 1,000 shares because I think that this one's solid. I'm in at 801. We've got like a quadruple bottom here in the 790 range. So stop there for a 1 cent loss. Yeah, so this is just continuing lower. I'm in there at 774. Stop will be at 64. Stopped again, 64. Dang! So I gave back $100 there. That sucks. I just didn't time the dip well. Should come back up though. Yeah, and there it goes. Wouldn't have been a big winner regardless though, but dang, I really thought I had some profit to take here. I tried to take some profit on the ass, didn't get filled. So where was that? I stopped at, this was smart though to stop. I only gave up 1 cent. So I bought at 801, sold at $8. But the bid was at like 811 and I tried to sell half on the ass, didn't get filled. I could have stopped out or sold half on the bid, but it would have been for like 3 cents, 4 cents profit, which wouldn't have been worth it. You know, if I really did believe that it was going to come up. But this is really, what you can see with this moving average is that this is really respecting this as a resistance point. You know, see, it's following this and then trying to come up and break, and it doesn't want to break that level. So this really looked like it was bottoming out. It had basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really 6 candles in a row of a bottom. And you know, it just tried to break the upside, didn't work. Textbook bear flag, collapse to the downside. So we're seeing more consolidation here. It's probably just going to continue lower. So that's a 25% of my profit for the day is $100. So I'll wait like a couple minutes and see if there's something, you know, really convincing. But a lot of stocks with like a VWAP setup today. So VWAP is at 764. Needs to break over 64 for me to really be interested. Kind of a false breakout on the 1 minute. It broke by 2 cents. So maybe I could look for a bounce off 6. If not, over 624. This stock is trading really weird though. I wonder what the float is. It's literally not even moving, even though it has 10.5 million shares of volume. It's staying put. But this is it's forming a flat top. So what you wouldn't want this to break is 611. But you do want this to break 619. I think this is gonna flush to the downside. It does have a couple solid moving averages under it, so I don't trust this stock. It's just not moving well. ANVS needs to hold 8. I just didn't. That was just choppy action right there at the breakout spot. It's kind of like flinching and flinching and flinching. I just hesitated. Because this one has a history of just popping up and flushing today. HEPA, big squeeze. High 75. Need to wait for a pullback. Halt levels at 422. Need to wait for a pullback here. This might just come down, but we'll see if the stock can go green. This one, it feels like a flusher to me. Need to see if it holds. If it can hold 350, 360. It's the high here. High is 72. Since breaks 360, it's weak. Yep. Oh! ANVS is just a tricky one for me today. If this can break up over the VWAP, which is at 70, yeah. If it can break up over 70, it tapped that level. I don't want to buy below VWAP. You can put an order at 75 or 80. I need like a real dip down into the 40s. Could have bought a dip there because see, now it's holding these moving averages. So we'll see. This thing is getting really sold into. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. All right, so now we need to wait for a pullback. Now we need a pullback. I'm gonna buy there. I'm in at 906. I'm gonna sell half into this halt. I'm holding 500 shares at 906. I really hesitate. Well, this looks like, oh, well, it broke the VWAP. If you just look at the chart, but this was kind of hanging out down here. The VWAP was at 70. This was getting hung up at 60 with a ton of sellers, and I think people just bought, like, just went freaking balls to the wall, bought, and that thing spiked. So I did add, this add point was high here and risky, but I think that I knew that this one probably wasn't, this next candle probably wasn't going to pull back, that it was going to be a short squeeze because it was breaking over 9 and holding. And if you're a short seller, you would want to, that's your stop, is the whole dollar. If you were shorting at VWAP 70, at 70, your stop's the whole dollar. You're not about to mess around and get caught up to, 950. Dang, I missed that order on HEPA. Breakout spot was 73. So if this can, break up over 90 and hold. Dang, I knew I should have kept watching HEPA. Two minutes to resumption on ANVS. I really don't know what this is going to look like on resumption, but I think target is 950. Target 950, I'll sell half, and it's coming down, I'll sell the rest. If not, my stop is break even. Okay, so no fill there. And I'm gonna sell there. I sold at 15. Just could not get filled no matter what. It dipped there on me twice. I'm gonna buy there off VWAP. So I'm in at 88. Okay, so that was a good trade. Bought there down off VWAP at 88, sold up at 903. Great trade. HEPA kind of going without me. This one just kind of has been chopping me out. ANVS getting slammed now. It needs to hold 9, and it's not. It's holding the VWAP, but it's making it really hard for people to go long. All right, so that's exactly what you needed. You needed to break up, have that candle close above 9. Yeah, I would have taken that trade, but I think I'm just done for the day. I just want to watch this one. Yeah, so that's exactly what you wanted to happen if you're a long trader, because if this were to close below 9, it would have shown weakness. You wanted this to really pop up above 9 just before the candle closes. Close above 9 and then buy for the breakout higher, which is exactly what happened. So I could wait for a pullback if I want to trade this again, but I kind of just want to watch at this point. Oh wow, that was like the one breakout I should have freaking bought. A little choppy, but needs to hold 50. It is holding 50. Go for a dip maybe, but if we could get down into the 30s. I'm gonna buy there. Oh, I got filled at 51. Stop is 41. I'm in there with 500 shares. It's holding 50. It's holding 50. I'm gonna sell there because this is, you know, sellers are really piling up here. See, it needs to hold 50. Can't break the low here. I'm buying there. Sold up at 80. That's exactly what you want to see right there. Got in it. I saw this held. It broke 50, but it was holding this. As soon as it started to come up, first 1 minute came on to make a new high, sold in the breakout at 80. Or no, I sold at 993. I'm at 250 shares at 10.02. It's getting a little expensive here. Stop is at 10. It's the high here. High is 10.25, so up over. I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to get caught in a flush down low. This chart did the full loop, and look at what's really funny about this one. Look at where I bought. 774. That was damn near the bottom of the move, and I sold at 765. I could have just, you know, hindsight's always 20/20. I could have just freaking held that for the. That was literally the bottom. I could have held that. There's literally no way that I would have ever known this stock was showing insane weakness, you know, and it wasn't even just flushing, it was holding this moving average low. and it just freaking it just freaking went for it. We'll see if I'd buy a break of 10. I'll buy their 500 shares at 99. I'm in at 99. My stop's gonna be 80. Yep, had to stop there. Gave back $100 on that one. Bought too early. I just really wanted to be in there for the break of 10. So we'll see if this can break here. I bought too early on the curl, so. Oh, wow. Could have bought that dip, but I don't know, man. I did not expect that. Maybe off 9. I'm gonna buy there. Screw it. 9.15. I just sold. Break even. Sorry, my alarms keep going off. But I'm gonna call it a day there. That's not 2 losses in a row, but a small win, small gain. With that failure on ANVS and HEPA and basically every other stock we've traded, I'm going to call it a day. I'm up $672.50. So I'll mark that down right there. 672.5. And I'm back in the saddle. I have a cushion on the week now. It's over 3 times my daily goal for today. Just trading 200, 500, and 1,000 share positions. Adjusting my risk with my share size, keeping my stops tight, taking profit early. Obviously, I left some on the table, but I'd rather leave profit on the table than give profit back. So I feel really good about today, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on, keep this momentum going, and hopefully open up this live account pretty soon here, because I'm doing pretty well. I had a couple large losses last week, but I think I'm adjusting to this market well, and just got to keep on pushing, keep on staying positive, being aware of the market, not trying to force any positions, buying off support, feeling good. So we'll see you back here tomorrow.